Hey, what's up guys, Rado here with Dirt and Iron. Right there behind me is my new project bike that we're gonna reveal today, so stick around. I want you guys to try to guess what kind of bike is behind me. I'll give you one hint. It is a 4-stroke, and I think you kind of know me, you know what I can have in the garage, right? Because if you see some of my videos, I think you can have an idea. So I want you to pause the video right now and type below, drop the comment, what bike you think is right there behind me. Maybe you can see a little bit of it. I'm trying to cover as much as I can, but probably you can still kind of tell what it is. So pause it right now, drop the comment below. I'll see you soon. Alright, you're back. You ready? 1, 2, 3! This is my new 2019 KTM 350 XCF build that together we're gonna take completely apart. We'll powder coat the frame, do a bunch of mods and everything, take the engine apart and wait a minute. That's not my build. 1, 2, 3! So this is my new project bike. You guys know this bike from my channel. This is 2012 RMZ 450 that I have for about 3 years now. This has been the bike that made me love motocross. This is the first straight motocross bike that I had that I took on the track, and I started jumping and doing all this cool stuff that you do on the track. So there is a lot of love I have for this bike, and there is a really cool story behind the bike. How I bought it, from whom I bought it, who was the first owner of this bike. So I decided to take the bike that I have sitting in a garage for a long time. I don't ride it a lot because I don't go on the track very often, but I really want to give this bike a lot of love and then be able to go on the track and get better. So last time I was on the track, maybe like a month ago, and I felt that this bike is really tired. There is a lot of things that need attention, need some love, and I decided to take this bike completely apart and go through everything together. We'll pretty much do the same thing we did to the KTM. I'm not gonna powder coat the frame because it's nice aluminum. There is no point to do something else, but everything else, I will clean it really nice and make it look shiny and brand new. But everything else I want to go through. Like just to mention a few things, this bike has 120 hours on it. I didn't touch the engine. There is everything is stock, so it's about time to put a new piston in, probably new crank if I can. Then if you know the RMZ, the stock RMZ, this is completely stock bike. There is nothing performance wise, there is nothing extra on the bike. So I want to have a little bit more bottom power, like have that extra power when you go from the corners. I feel like it's a little bit lazy from the bottom. It's still good, it still has a lot of power, but to have it a little bit more responsive and snappy from the bottom, that would be good. So I'm considering to do a hot cam stage 2 or 1. I'm not decided yet, to drop that in once the engine is apart. And then other than that, set a suspension. It has 120 hours. It needs a service, do the oil seals and maybe even tune it, because I gained a little bit more. I'm now like 195 pounds, and this was set to like 177. That was a long time ago. So I need to go through the suspension, maybe do it a little bit stiffer, do something there, and then everything else. I have big plans. I want to do it together again, step by step. We'll go through this bike, and once it's done, it should be really sweet. And you guys know the history of this bike. Maybe you saw it on my channel. The first owner of this bike was a race team. So back in the days when James Stewart was on a Suzuki back in 2013, 2012, it was year 2013, but he didn't like 2013 model to race. He wanted to race 2012 model in the season of 2013. So they bought a bunch of 2012 bikes, and Suzuki bought them. Yoshimura Suzuki bought them from a dealer, right? And they have them somewhere in the storage. So this bike was one of those bikes that was waiting for James Stewart, for their mechanic to take it and make a race bike out of it. but I guess they ran out of time or something, so they never touched this bike. But on the title, when I bought this bike, on the title it said Yoshimura Suzuki Race Team. So this was the first owner, and then the second owner that bought it from Yoshimura Suzuki was a former racer that raced for Yoshimura Suzuki and is actually a two times world champion, Sebastian Tortelli. So he got it from Yoshimura Suzuki, and he had it for, you see Trend Factory, that's his school, he has a MX school. So he had it for about a year. There was one student that came from, I think from Russia, from Moscow. He rode it for one season, or maybe put 30 hours on the bike, and then flew back to Moscow. And then his bike was sitting in the storage, and then finally I bought it back in 2016, I believe. I had it for 3 years, so it was 2016 January, I believe. And I paid $3,500 for the bike. So it was really nice condition. Everything is stuck on this bike, but these bikes are so good. They turn really good. You know, I'm no fast rider, but back then when I bought the bike, it was pretty much the first real motocross bike, and I went on a track first time in my life with this bike. So I've been only riding track for 3 years, and maybe I have 80, maybe 100 hours on the track combined on all the bikes that I ever ridden on the track. So I'm really a beginner when you look at it on the track. I have a little bit of I don't really call it skill. You see how I ride. I mean, I can do some jumps and do some turns, but there is so much more that I need to improve, and that's why I really want to dive into this bike, take it apart and make it pristine again, make it work a little bit better, and just spend a lot of time on the track and get better on the track. The joke in the beginning, the KTM 2019, that's the bike I got from Jay Clark from Dirt Bike TV. I'm gonna have it for some time, for a little bit over a week, and I'm gonna do some testing. It's a completely stock bike, which is kinda interesting to get stock bike from Jay Clark. If you know him, he's doing all the builds, right? So, but this bike is completely stock, and he told me, you better take it now, because in the week I'm gonna take it apart and do all the work. So I have it in the garage now. I'm gonna do some reviews on that, on the bike. I will ride it and do some videos on the stock 350 XCF 2019 year, and then Jay will take it back, do some work, and later on I can ride it all modified, and then we can compare, you know, how this bike ran stock and then modified. So that was just a joke. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I had it in the garage, so I just wanted to use it. But yeah, I'm nowhere close to buying a brand new bike. I'm not really sure when I'm gonna do something like that. Maybe one day, I don't know. Right now I don't feel a need having brand new bike. I want to take something that is older but good and make it much better, you know, go through it, put some love into this bike, and I think there's a lot of potential. And if I just, you know, spend all these hours and put little mod on the bike, it would be an amazing bike. Alright my friends, well, that's about it for today. Hopefully you are so pumped to see this bike, you know, get its second life. I mean, it still runs and everything, but you can feel it. It's the front brake is out, the suspension is leaking, you know, I have flat tire now, the engine, you can feel that is lagging from the bottom, 120 hours. It's smoking a little bit when I start it cold. So it's all these things are going on that need some attention. And also I want to go through suspension, and I want to go also through my bearings, re-grease them or replace whatever needs to be replaced. Maybe get new brake rodders also, maybe even new wheel set. Let's see how far we can get. And yeah, it will be fun. I'm really excited. I look forward to this build. Alright my friends, let me know below in the comments what you think, and don't forget, whatever you do, stay motivated. See you guys later.